Out of the Mets' entire lineup every day, no one has gotten more stagnant playing time than Mark Vientos. Since his promotion to the majors, Vientos is 6 for 32 with 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and a walk. Last week, Buck Showalter played Vientos 3 games in a row before benching him in 3 of the next 5 following games. When asked about his playing time, the 24-year-old power bat said that it's an adjustment, honestly. I feel like I'm doing a good job and I'm working hard every day, so that's all I can do right now. Despite the lack of results and sample, Vientos would currently sit in the top 10% in hard hit rate and average exit velocity on a qualifying hitter pace. There's been things that we've seen that we don't like with Mark Vientos overall. We've seen things that we've seen that we really do like. What is the best decision for the Mets right now? Do they need to send him down to AAA, or do they just need to continue to play him? Because this in-between stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, here we go again. I mean, we're having another conversation about playing time when it comes to one of the young Mets players and what we should do. And I mean, the reason why Mark Vientos got called up is because of how phenomenal he was performing in the minor leagues, hitting home runs, extra base hits, and he was hitting so well that the Mets had no choice. So it's been mixed results, mostly because the playing time is mixed. If you send him back down to the minor leagues, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to tear the ball off the cover and be like, wow, this guy's really good. Maybe we should call him up. He might be able to help us out a little bit. So they're going to find themselves in the same position they were before. So what bothers me is that we know it's so obvious these young players need playing time in order to get better. But who are you benching him for? Daniel Vogelback. Really? Like, we know what Vogelback is. Like you said, he got his one hit in a month. It was his one extra base hit. Oh my gosh, it didn't go over the wall still. So he did that. Big deal. Like Vientos, there's still so much more upside. There's still so much more potential. So let the man play. I mean, the guy, the one time he got to play a few games in a row, he went like 3 of 11. That's still, mid twos. That could play. I mean, he's still getting started. And then what do? You put him as a pinch hitter. He drives in a run. But, I mean, a lot of the times where Vientos plays, it's still as a pinch hitter. He still is not getting that consistent playing time. So, to me, until I give him like a month of play, especially since he's a DH, he could play just about every day. Until I see that, where he's actually playing every single day, if he continues to still struggle, is not making any improvements, is not making any adjustments, then okay, fine, you can send him down to the minor leagues. But he came up last year early, way too early, like we said with all the young guys, struggled, not ready. Okay, made some changes and played great. We could call him up again. And now we're back in saying, what do we do? I don't want this to be another Alvarez situation where, at first we're like, is Alvarez a bust? Do they need to send him back down? No. Now it's impossible to send that guy down. So with Vientos, like you said, he can still hit the ball really hard. That's something that all these other old men on their best days cannot do. So I still need that potential. This lineup still needs somebody like Mark Vientos in it. Versus lefties, versus righties, I don't care. I don't think he should become a platoon player, especially if you're waiting to face left-handers. Because like we said with Lindor earlier, you see so little left-hand starting pitchers nowadays. So to me, he's got to be in there every day, no matter who it's against. I think sent to the minor leagues, you just find yourself in the same position where before, where you're lacking a bat, he's performing great. You're like, oh, maybe we should call that guy up. Like when he got called up, his very first game, it's a home run. He's already gotten big hits for you late in games. Has Vogelback ever got a clutch hit? Like late in games, close game, has he ever got a hit? Not that I can remember off the top of my head, but I seen Vientos do it a couple times. So you can't.
Has he ever done anything?
You know what I mean? Like I'm serious. Like ninth inning, extra innings. Like when's the last time Vogelback got a hit? He's not even in the game by then because he's either been taken out because there's a left-hander on the mound. He's been taken out because they need a pinch runner because he's too damn slow. Like he doesn't even get to make it to the end of the game. So it's just like, what are we doing here? I mean, like we say, let the young kids play. It's all about upside and potential, and we know this guy can hit long balls. We need it. So I just let him keep playing, and then if he still struggles, then okay, we could revisit the discussion of maybe sending him down. But I just don't think he's gotten a fair shot still. I don't know how you expect a young man to build up any confidence or momentum or rhythm if you're playing him so in and out. And you're saying, oh, he's playing every day, but if he's pinch hitting, that's not starting. That is not the same thing. You're coming up ice cold and just, oh, we don't know when you're back. Just, there you go. That's not the correct way for a young player to learn. So I really have not liked that at all.
But with Buck Showalter there, he's going to play Vogelbach, and there's no point in just having the kid sitting on the bench when he could be playing every day in Syracuse and let him hit Should he be playing every day? Yeah, but again, with our manager that just will continue to not play the kids, I'd rather just have him sit in Syracuse, play every day, than having him sit on the bench. Get a more flexible player up here. Buck wants Luis Guillorme or Danny Mendick back up here, and let the kid actually play every day. Continue at least try to bring up his trade value again, because if we're not going to play him, and we've said it for how many years now, use him as a trade chip, and he'd be more valuable if teams think, hey, every day he's hitting homer in Syracuse again, instead of, oh, I'm rotting away on the Mets bench because of Dan Vogelbach. So he should be playing every day, and it just, again, like I said with the bullpen, I'd rather a guy who has upside to being a productive power source than a fat old guy. I'm sick of fat old guys, and as a fat guy, it kills me. Because again, I like seeing people my
And as an
size, my
old guy,
robust.
it kills me because seeing people my age, I want to see them
And
succeed.
then
But
with Frank, exactly. Frank,
yeah,
all these senior citizens in the Mets rotation in the bullpen.
yeah.
But at this point, you're just hurting yourself and you're hurting your trade value for a guy that if you don't see on this team past the next 2 years, why are you just wasting away a potential trade value? Because you could have traded him in the offseason for Hunter Renfroe, but you didn't want to do that. You're just hurting yourself for your team building perspective and again, the kid's progression by just sitting him on the bench. Oh, you get to sit next to Tomas Nido and Tommy Pham. Get all the knowledge from those guys. So at this point, just send him back down to AAA. Give Buck what he wants and give him his crappy utility bearded guy back and be done with this.
I mean, you hurt yourself in the short term and long term if you do that. So eventually, they have to make a decision. It's like we always say, you got to be decisive and stick with it. There's like kind of in, kind of out. It just doesn't work. And we've seen that just with so many different things with this team that I just don't get why they keep doing that.
It's so weird because when I look at Mark Vientos and I look at all of the other prospects that we have talking about how they need to play every day and they need to get their reps, I feel like this is more damaging to Mark Vientos than anyone of not playing every day, because we talk about, Brett Beatty, when he's playing every day, he's got to be playing third base. And when Alvarez is playing every day, he's got to play catcher. Well, Vientos doesn't really have that whole title suited for him. He is a DH, and that is the one thing he does. He's here to hit. So you already have him at a limited role. He's not playing in the field. And then now you just have him at a limited role and then not doing anything. So that's even more damaging. So I want to see the guy play every day. And listen, I'm a very judgmental guy. I judge everyone. I hate everyone equally. But the thing about Vientos is that I don't know if he's a good major league player or not because he's not playing. I'm not seeing him out there. And I can talk about, oh, I don't like ground balls. I don't like seeing him chase all these crappy pitches, but I'm not seeing anything. So how can I even judge it whatsoever? I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Vientos, but I know that he could actually help a power thirsty lineup if he does get consistent playing time. Hopefully he starts pulling the ball, because if not, I'm going to kill him. But they do have to play him every day because, as we all talk about, there's not a DH on this team. There isn't a DH on this team. What is the alternative? There is no alternative. And it seems like 60 games into the season, internally, stop it. It seems like 60 games into the season, we are still trying to deprive some kind of consistent DH out of Buck Showalter. It's still going. This is still going, and it seems like it's going to continue to go for the next month or two or whatever.
It's gone on since they instituted the DH in the National
The
League
Cano, the
full-time.
Ruff, the Vogelbach. I mean, it's just Dom Smith. It's just not going to work. It just isn't going to work. Give it to the young guy. Just let him do it. Because and Billy Epler had a press conference what was it, earlier this week. He talked about, the power improving through the prospects. And obviously we know that he was thinking that. We didn't even need him to say that. But okay, if you need power, you're not going to get it from Daniel Vogelbach. Give it to Mark Vientos. I can't talk about the young guy hitting his way on because they don't even give him an opportunity to do that. So it's either you play him or you send him down to AAA. You can't just have him hang around and talk to, Wayne Kirby on the bench. It just can't happen.
I mean, if we're talking about we need power in a Buck Showalter type of guy, a lot of grit, versatile.
Oh no,
bro! Luke Ritter got 10 nukes already this year. Like, when are we calling up the Ritter, bro? He already got 10 nukes. He's got 4 stolen bases. Don't care about the batting average. He hits bombs.
Okay.
He plays everywhere. Get Luke Ritter up here already.
Is this like this Matt Ruddick hype that I've been seeing?
I don't know. Yeah, that guy's been getting way too. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that guy too. But it's just Luke Ritter, my guy.
Enough with these guys in their mid-20s.
Hey,
they're just
he's got more homers
okay.
than Dan Vogelbach, Tommy Pham, and Tomas Nido combined this year.
Yeah, against a bunch of accountants. Okay,
he's in Double A now. He's facing.
All right, he signed for you. Okay, stop.
He's never. I don't got the Red Dog. I don't have. There's no autographs. This is just a grit.
He's not exclusive, huh? What a shock.
Not exclusive. Not like Kevin Prada.